When I was 19 years old, I literally couldn't talk to a single woman without shaking. And within a year of that, I made 1,000 approaches, 1,000 cold approaches, women I didn't know, women I thought were way out of my league. I'm going to show you exactly how I got through all that resistance in this video. Because if you are watching this video and you want to get better at being more social and consistently approaching, then you're going to need to get through 5 levels of resistance. I'm going to show you all 5 levels of resistance, because tackling all 5 of these levels of resistance at once is basically going to make it impossible to approach. And that's why you might feel stuck. I wanted to approach consistently for about a year before actually starting, and I was only able to get the courage to do maybe 10, 15 approaches before I got really consistent. And that's because I didn't understand the concepts I'm going to lay out in this video with some beautiful fucking illustrations that I have for you guys. So we're going to go over to my screen for these amazing graphics, and you guys can see how you can actually level up this part of your life. So there are 5 levels of resistance that you have to get through. So first up here in the poo brown color, you have you. And you want to take your poo brown color and you want to approach, okay? You want to go up to the girl and you want to start talking to her. All right. So how do you actually get through all these levels of resistance? There's 5 different levels that you have to understand. One is unknown with women. I don't know how she's going to react. I don't have a lot of experience with women. I need to get used to physically seeing myself go up to the girl and talk to her. The second level is unknown in general. Just socially, I don't know how to go up and talk to people and start talking to people that are cold, that don't know who I am. Then there's judgment from other people. What are people going to think when I go up and try to talk to her? And this is usually broken down into 3 parts, which is basically judgment around intent, judgment around being social, and judgment around who you are. Okay, these are the levels of judgment that you have to get through. So we're going to talk about each of these levels and we're going to break through all of these. Then finally you have the logic. What the fuck do I even say? So I'm going to tell you exactly what to say. I'm going to give you exercises for breaking through all of these. And then all you have left is nerves. You're always going to be fucking nervous, but I will give you some ideas on how to actually get past the nerves. So first, how do you get past the unknown in general of just being fucking social? Well, you'll start by doing some exercises that will get you to be more social. So what I want you to do to knock this out completely, so you're completely done and there's no more resistance here, is get to the point where in general, you talk to people all the time. You are very social. And what you need to do to actually achieve this is start small. Starting small is one of the biggest things that you can possibly do. So what I usually tell guys to do is go somewhere busy and start with just doing 10 greetings to people. You don't need to get their attention. They don't even need to fucking hear you. You just open your mouth and sounds come out. It might start by you walking past someone and then muttering under your breath without them being able to hear you, good morning, good afternoon, how you doing? And then you do 2 or 3 of those. Okay, nothing bad happened. Now I'm going to ease myself in. I'm going to say it a little earlier, like as I'm passing so they could potentially hear me. They'll probably still ignore you. 2 or 3 of those. Then you do 2 or 3 where you actually talk louder when you're kind of next to them. Hey, good morning. And you start building some momentum there. And then finally, you can open from 5 feet away. Hey, good morning. And you can practice smiling. If you do this, just 10 greetings daily, like literally every fucking day, this will change your life and you will get to the point where you can start being more social in general. In my coaching program, I have guys go on to 5 greetings plus have a good day. And then I have them go into 5 compliments and then showing intent to 5 women. If you can get to the point where you're complimenting people in general and get used to the idea of there's somebody cold, I don't know who they are, I'm going to get their attention, get them to pay attention to me and listen to the words that come out of my mouth, that will get rid of the unknown in general in social situations. So now we just have to get through that resistance, right? We just have to get through this. Now, how do you get past the unknown with women? Well, to knock this out, what you can actually do is do the same thing, but with attractive women. And there's a few specific things that you can do to completely knock this out. So first, we're going to go over here and we're going to draw out exactly what you can do. So obviously, ideally, you get to the point where you're comfortable getting a girl's attention and showing intent and walking away. Okay? Get comfortable showing intent, walking away. That literally just looks like, hey, excuse me, I just want to say you look really cute. Have a good day. But if you can't do that, then there are some steps you can take before that. So before you get to that, the step below that would be asking her opinion of something. So going to a mall and be like, hey, excuse me, you have a very similar look to my sister. I'm curious, do you like this or this more? You have a very similar vibe. Do you like this or this more? Or, hey, I was having an argument with my friend. Do you like pineapple on pizza or no? Like, is it cringe or is it really good? Or if you're even more nervous than that, you can ask for directions. Okay. Hey, do you know where the Starbucks is? Hey, where's the Starbucks? And every girl knows where the fucking Starbucks is. You can know where the Starbucks is. It doesn't matter. You're just asking for directions. And this gets you good and used to, okay, I see a girl that I don't know. I'm getting her attention. She's attractive. She's looking at me. Nothing bad is happening. Nothing bad's happening. Because when this is you and you're like, I'm scared. I'm so scared. And this is you, right? You got a little backwards hat on with a propeller on top. I don't know why you're wearing that out, but it looks cute on you, at least. When you're going up, there's all these questions, probably about 5 questions you're going to ask yourself. The first question is she going to ignore me at all? And when you get to the point where you're used to getting her attention, asking for directions, cool. She won't ignore me. I've seen a lot of opportunities where like I've gotten girls' attention, right? They've looked at me. And then is she going to hate me? Is she going to think I'm a fucking creep? Well, even when you ask for directions, most of the time they're not going to treat you like a fucking creep. So now that question's knocked out. Then it's going to be what happens? Then it's going to be like, is it going to go well? Like how is she going to react? Is it going to be a positive reaction? And when you actually start asking opinions and you start having like a more extended conversation, like 10 to 20, 30 seconds, then you'll realize, oh shit, I can actually stay in the interaction for a little bit longer. And then once you start showing intent, now it's like, oh, is she going to give me a terrible reaction? Once you don't get a couple terrible reactions, you realize that girls actually like being complimented because people like validation in general. Oh, sick. Wow, that's amazing. Now, the last question is, what happens if the bad thing happens? What happens if I have a bad reaction? Well, once you get a couple bad reactions where she's neutral or kind of ignores you, it's all good. You just realize, oh, fuck, I'm a fucking grown-ass man. I can handle people not liking me. I can handle people not receiving my praise well or whatever, my compliments. I can handle that. Now, there's not all these questions keeping you from approaching the girl. You're not this guy. Your head, it's completely gone. That was actually an accident, obviously. You just have a very wide head with sunglasses and you look sick as fuck. You have a little confident smirk on you and you look fucking epic and you're not worried about all this shit. Now the only question is, are we going to like each other or not? Which that's not a very scary question. Like, are we going to like each other? It's more of a mutual thing. It's not worried. It's not all these questions that are, directed back at you. Like, am I a fucking loser? Right? So now that we've gotten through the unknown with women, this is how you completely get rid of that. The next step is dealing with judgment. How do you deal with judgment about you, like from yourself? How do you deal with judgment around showing intent? How do you deal with judgment around being social? Well, if you just do this, especially if you can start giving compliments to strangers, giving 5 compliments per day to strangers, then you actually realize, oh shit, I can actually be social. There's no shame in it. And you start doing that around other people, right? Start saying hi around other people. Then when you start showing intent, now, once you get good at that, when she's like alone, like in a dark alley or like there's no one around to like see, maybe not a dark alley, she'd probably think you're a fucking serial killer, but go out and start showing intent in places that feel like safe to you. Then you can start doing it in more crowded areas. Now you're used to, okay, I'm fine with this. I can deal with people hearing me, open this random person, right? I can deal with that. Now you have the judgments from yourself, or having the internal focus is just like focusing on like, okay, I care about this. The way you deal with this is you do the thing that you are scared of. You do the thing that you're scared of and you tell yourself, fuck yeah, I did that. That's fucking amazing. And I'm proud of myself. And I got rejected, and maybe all these things that I'm putting on other people, all the projections of like, they're thinking I'm a loser. They think I'm a dork for getting rejected in front of them. I'm going to react to that in my mind and be like, yeah, I would do it all the fuck over again. And that's how you get rid of it. One really good frame for this, guys, actually this is the secret sauce. Honestly, it's really fucking good. The secret sauce for this is to actually set your goal. Your goal is actually the bad thing. Whatever bad thing you don't want to happen, like getting rejected or the girl ignoring you or whatever, I started setting that as my goal. Because guess what? Guess how you become mentally tough. Okay? Not mentally retarded. Mentally tough. How do you become mentally tough? Well, if you want that, bad things need to happen to you. You need to have the negative shit happen to you. You need to have the negative reactions. And you need to be able to have the girl ignore you and be like, and then think, oh man, all these people are judging me. They're judging me. They're judging me. Yeah. And I don't give a fuck. I would do that shit all over again. And you practice that mental model over and over and over and over again. And that's how you build mental toughness. That's how you build a focus on, I'm proud of who I am personally. I'm happy with who I am as a person. I'm happy with the actions I took, and I wouldn't fucking change that for anything because I accept myself for who I am. This is me. That's what real confidence is. Confidence is not knowing knowing everything is going to go your way. Confidence is knowing that I'm going to be okay no matter what the fuck happens. So the final level of resistance is like, well, what do I say? Logically, what do I say? Well, this is how you get rid of that. First, you can have a line that you're just always going to say when you open. So like, hey, excuse me, I thought you were really cute. I wanted to meet you. That's it. Then there's a question of what the fuck do I say afterwards? And this is where I'm going to give you an exercise that's going to completely change your life on this. Anytime you're alone, you're going to take your phone, you're going to set a timer. This is a clock, in case you're not aware, okay? You're going to set a timer for 5 minutes. And on that 5-minute timer, you are just going to yap until it's over. Okay, you're going to talk and talk and talk, and you're going to talk about how your grandma used to pinch your cheeks and how you kind of think it's weird now, but it's all good. People were different. And like, dude, my grandpa was super racist. It was fucking crazy. It was just like cool. It was like, oh, that's grandpa. Or I was like, kind of wild, but like, it is what it is. And you can also talk about how, I have a World of Warcraft tattoo. You can talk about literally anything. And what you want to do is tap into that stream of consciousness and get good at having fun. This exercise, if you do it for 5 minutes, and then eventually you can upgrade it to do 10 minutes. And then you can upgrade it to do like 20 minutes. Okay. Once you upgrade it to 10, 20, 30 minutes, anytime you're in a drive, in a commute, in a car, you're waiting for something, do this exercise. And one, you'll start to become funnier. You start to be able to improvise and have fun shit that you can say, make jokes that are edgy and fun and let you take risks. But you're going to be able to come up with things to say on the spot with women, right? You're not actually socially retarded. You're not socially inept, bro. You actually just are so blocked mentally that you don't have that creative juice in your brain. And so after your opening line, you're just going to want to practice on your own. The talk forever drill is what you can call it. I know a few other coaches call it that. So talk forever. Just do that. And that will help you a lot. Now you've gotten through the logic and you can just have fun with the interaction. Now all you have to do is push through the nerves. How do you actually push through the nerves? And we'll wrap up the video. The way you push through the nerves is the 3-2-1 rule. The 3-2-1 rule is really good, but it doesn't work if you have all these other levels of resistance. That's why guys they think they just need to push through nerves, but they need to actually push through all this fucking bullshit, man. You need to push through all of this. Man, that's fucking brutal. You don't want to push through all that. So just pushing through the nerves, all the 3-2-1 rule is, I see the girl, I go 3, 2, 1, I move my feet. That's it. That's all you have to do. And these are all things that I teach my clients inside of my coaching program. If you want to learn how you can implement all of these things for yourself, get through all of these levels of resistance, piece by piece, week by week, with me guiding you step by step through that process, then just go down in the description. There's a link to apply to my coaching program. I don't work with everyone, but you can apply down there. And I'll see you guys in the next motherfucking video. I'll see you guys later.